Village Life Simulator have always had a special place in the hearts of many players. There is something tempting about getting out of the metropolis, forgetting about work for a while and returning to a place where you can breathe easier and life more carefree. At one time, gamers warmly welcomed Stardew Valley, Animal Crossing and Harvest Moon, so Portia Game Studio decided to try their luck and contribute to the development of the genre. Cold November and rainy weather outside is a great reason to go to the village and remember that my time at Portia is not inferior to world famous life simulator, and in some ways surprise them. At first glance, it is noticeable that the studio was inspired by the works of Studio Ghibli. This can be seen not only in the visual style, like Hayao Miyazaki. The developers pay great attention to the theme of nature and its exploitation. That is why in the center of the story is not just a small village far from the city, but an entire civilization of the future, which grew up of the remains of the computer age. In the new world, it is called the Age of Despair and Darkness, because the forerunners were so carried away by technology that they almost destroyed humanity. In the new world, people do not despair and do not mourn the past, and perceive the experience of their ancestor as a wise parable. The main character ends up in Portia on the advice of his relatives. The father disappeared, leaving his son an abandoned workshop, and strange later. Residents of the city remembered the previous carpenter as a true professional and hoped that the new builder will master his craft to the perfection. This is what distinguishes Portia from other games in the genre. The main character quickly transforms from being incompetent not only into a gardener, but also into a craftsman, carpenter, wielder, archaeologist, and warrior. Professionalism and responsibility are held value in Portia, so soon the protagonist become an internal part of the city. When a newcomer had enough to the beauty of wild nature, the mayor will be happy to provide him with work. The town is provincial, so capable craftsmen rarely come here. With the help of new builder, Portia is being transformed. First bridges will appear with a peninsula, then bus stops and transport itself, a hot air balloon, elevators and farms. Looking back at his work, the player begins to feel a surge of pride, because thanks to the master, the entire Free Cities alliance begins to notice the settlement. So that life does not seem like honey. Fate gave the hero a competitor. Before the arrival of newcomer, Higgins' workshop fulfilled all the orders and took first place in the annual builders competition. The hardworking rivals threat the hero with a disdain, often builds him and doubts him competence. That's why it's no nice to put it under your belt and upgrade your own workshop to S-class. In this competitive atmosphere, even grinding becomes invisible and a podium. In his free time from work, the master can chat with his residents of Portia, pamper them with gifts, talk about life, and carry out several optional tasks. Some people are easy to get along with, others are more difficult, but they are unique individuals with different preferences, characters, and backgrounds. The hero never feels lonely in the new city. The residents are grateful for everything. The master does for Portia, so they will invite you to the holidays and outings, give gifts on your birthday, and help with advice in difficult situations. As in the Stardew Valley, the hero can find love and start a family. Close relationships open up new tasks, interesting character traits, and even tragic backstories. Whatever you like to hear for a month or several years, it doesn't matter. Portia will surprise you with its diversity again and again. For the game to be a complete sensation, there was not enough copy, because not a single charismatic NPC can replace real friends. After working on the bugs and listening to the requests of the players, Portia Games announced a sequel a year later. My Time and Sandrock will become the full-fledged successor to Portia. The developers want to implement ideas that they had to abandon before. Among these ideas is playing together, which will allow you to experience an adventure together. For shy craftsmen who are used to think only about work, the mayor of Portia has prepared a whole entertainment program. Holidays are held in the town every year. From time to time, the hero receives invitation to seasonal festivals on the occasion of Halloween, horse races, competition among fishermen and gardeners, snowball fights. On special day for the city, a day off is declared, and Portia itself is transformed for a themed holiday. At the festival, you can take part in its competition with valuable prizes, take part in a group photo, eat plenty of treat, and receive special gifts. Such soulful gaming events do not get boring even after several years of living in the city. Carefree days on the farm can be brightened up not only by work. Most of the plot is connected with forerunners, forbidden technologies, and excavations. In search of the necessary materials, the master will have to go down to the abandoned ruins, fight robots, and help the local police, making Portia a safe place for all residents. And while archaeological excavations are interesting, there are obvious problems with this combat system. This is perhaps the main and only one drawback of the game. When it comes to the dungeons, my time at Portia begins to feel out of place. The dungeons themselves have many unique bosses with an interesting set of attacks. All of them are included in the lore, and harmoniously coexist with the new era without development technologies. But battles with them do not evoke any emotions. Having dying in battle, the hero does not lose items or money, but is revived at the beginning of an empty level without any consequences. During story mission, he is joined by a more experienced partner who cannot die and distract enemies towards himself. If you're looking for a challenge, my time of Portia doesn't offer it. Fight do not require any individually and most often end in calling the target. However, you couldn't expect incredible complexity from the games of this genre. My time at Portia is a heartful and interesting story about harmony with nature and yourself. A life simulator in which you can spend several sleepless weeks, because the world around you not only exists, but truly lives and flourishes with the arrival of new resident. It's not for nothing that fans of the genre dubbed the game Stardew Valley in 3D. It's adopted many familiar mechanics, but also work to involve the user in the world. Therefore, Portia leaves an indelible impression, and the souls long their return to their provincial but hometown again and again. So to sum up, pros of the game is visual style, meditativeness, amazing atmosphere, exciting gameplay, and colorful characters, and cost it's only the combat system seems unnecessary. It's a little bit of grind which is impossible to do without in games in the genre, and I like to play more. So it's a short storyline, but game is very cool. Try it yourself.